They have come to the High Court from across the UK. In the middle here, Christine from Bristol, who has to wear a prosthetic arm. Nikki from the Isle of Wight, who was born with multiple deformities. And their campaign leader, Mary Lyon from Wigan, whose daughter was born with a shortened limb. Many here are mothers with their children who believe a drug called Primodos, prescribed by doctors in the 1970s as a pregnancy test, caused the malformations when their babies were in the womb.
I obviously had problems at birth with my limbs, but with my spine, that's deteriorated over the years.
It's just the frustration and the pain and angst of seeing Emma getting worse, struggling, in pain, not able to work full-time, having to pay for all her medications, and there's nothing I can do about it, and we still haven't had any justice or fairness.
They are taking on two giants, the manufacturers, the main one being German firm Bayer, who now own the company that supplied Primodos. They deny there's evidence it caused malformations. They're also suing the British government for failing to regulate the drug. 2 years ago, a review team found the drug should have been taken off the market much sooner, and the then Health Secretary appeared to apologise.
I want to issue a full apology to those who've suffered and their families for the frustration.
But that frustration continues. An independent review team asked the government to set up a fund to help the victims, but instead they've hired lawyers who, alongside the manufacturers, are trying to get this legal challenge struck out.
It's reprehensible. I feel quite disgusted. They don't want to hear our evidence, and that really is why they've asked for a strikeout.
I think it's disgusting and totally out of order. And nothing given a chance to, have our case heard.
They've refused to act on their apology, and so, without redress, I do feel like it's more of an insult to us than anything else.
The drug was heavily prescribed in the northwest, and Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham backs the campaign.
It's barely believable that the government are, I would say, bullying the victims of a terrible medical negligence case in the courts. I mean, how can that possibly be right? The government and the pharmaceutical industry using their combined might to try and silence victims. It's just utterly wrong. And it renders the apology that was given by the former Health Secretary in 2020 utterly meaningless.
The campaigners need to bolster their legal representation and have resorted to crowdfunding to cover their costs, with the support of actor and thalidomide campaigner Ricky Tomlinson.
They've sort of been overlooked, overshadowed, and we need to bring this to attention because they're still fighting their case.
The manufacturer Bayer says that a previous attempt at litigation against them failed in 1982 and no new evidence has emerged. In a statement, the Department of Health said the government apologised unreservedly for the time taken to listen and respond to patients' concerns when we published our response to the Cumberland Review in July 2021, where we accepted the majority of recommendations and 50 actions for improvement. The scientific evidence available does not support a causal association between hormone pregnancy tests and birth defects. But the families disagree. And after 40 years, they're back in court and had a partial success, given extra time until October to challenge the strikeout application and keep their new legal challenge alive. Jason Farrell, Sky News.